gamers, gals, non-binary pals, finally, we return to the roots of this channel, what Stevie Blunder once stood strong for, and that's farming drama. The Game Awards had its categories listed, and one of the big ones was Content Creator of the Year. Wow, they did not think highlighting through. And we have, you know, Iron Mouse, a VTuber, Quackity, a Minecrafter, Spreen, German Mr. Beast, I'm pretty sure, Cypher PK, Fortnite Mr. Beast, and People Make Games, which just happens to be fucking the CoffeeZilla of gaming, which is insane. Where's YugiTuber? I don't think any YugiTuber deserves an award, me included. But of course, as soon as the internet sees any VTuber nominated for everything, let's just say the haterade got poured out. Seeing big content creators react negatively to a VTuber, Iron Mouse, being nominated in hashtag the Game Awards feels kind of disheartening, not gonna lie. Most people were like, why is that thing nominated? No-face content creators, while rare, have been a thing for a long time. It's okay to have preferences. You don't have to watch PNG or VTubers if that's not what you're into. However, I wish people would respect it as a valid form of content creation because that's all it is. I love Iron Mouse, and seeing people talk badly about her is sad. The VTubing community as a whole feels quite isolated from the rest of the content creation world. We tend to interact mostly with other VTubers. I wish that one day it extends past being a niche and becomes more widely accepted. Just had to get this off my chest. My Oshi isn't on there. Cringe. Yeah, why wasn't Hosho Marnie nominated for Content Creator of the Year? Asagi Ame probably on her alt. We had Leo weighing in. This anti-VTuber sentiment exists in the TCG community as well. VTubers are often called out for being cringe or disliked without giving their content a chance just because they're VTubers. There's still a person behind the avatar, and words still hurt them. But this kind of does lead into the overall idea of VTubing is a very isolated and niche thing relative to the overall content creator space. But even 2-3 years ago, VTuber was just a little sliver of what it is today. And thanks to, you know, huge Japanese fucking corporations in Hololive and Ninja Sanji and American ones in VShojo, as well as the pandemic inspiring a lot of people to pick up streaming, and some of those people who want to hide their face for whatever personal reasons, do it behind a VTuber avatar, is completely valid. But one of the big attractors of what makes Twitch culture so prevalent is the idea of like just chatting with another person. And when people see a fucking big tittied anime girl on their screen, it can be a bit of a shock to the system for like most average viewers. VTubers are treated like how anime fans were treated around 2005 to 2006, and that's just that. That is literally like the perfect analogy. Like, even though it's almost mainstream, it still feels like it's its own segregated community, because VTubers more often than not only collaborate with other VTubers because of the similar shared experience, and there's like a really strong community overlap. Whereas like if you have, let's say, like me and like Miss Doom, like outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, there's very little community overlap. Got Stim. Honestly, I've considered facecam streaming because of the limitations on VTubing, especially in the TCG space. The anti-VTuber sentiment contributes a lot to these limitations and not being taken seriously. I love being an anonymous, cute pinked anime girl though. That is also true, because let's be honest, there are like 3 types of Yu-Gi-Oh streamers that exist within the platform right now. One is the super try-hard, super sweaty streamers like Pac and Cody and Nash, who do nothing but grind Dueling Book all day. You've got like the comedy streamers, you know, like think of like Farfa or MBT, where, you know, like they're pretty good at the game. They're like decent, they're above the average player, but you watch them primarily just for like the comedic content and etc. And then you just have VTubers who everyone kind of biasly looks at as like, oh, that's just like some e-girl or e-boy playing like Dragon Maid shittily for like the 80th time. But when you look at like someone like Eclipse, who's one of the bigger VTubers in Mashable space, Eclipse just randomly has like MCS tops. Eclipse, by the way, if you want to donate those hundreds of dollars to me, my PayPal is linked in the description below. Most VTubers know how to play the game, but they just don't want to take it into this super fucking sweaty dimension where they're like stressing over every fucking hand trap on planet Earth and getting pissed over like a 51% win rate instead of a 57% win rate. You know what I mean? And I feel like completely the same way. Like, I don't want to have to look at Yu-Gi-Oh and be like stressed out and be unable to like enjoy a game slash like hobby because I'm like, oh my god, my opponent opened a hand trap and now I can't do the super optimal nut combo and can only do blah 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 blah. I just want to be able to play like an okay deck and just have fun playing the game. And most fucking people who play this game like look at it in the same vein. Like VTubers, again, like most VTubers got into Master Duel as complete beginners. So of course a lot of them are not going to be immediately fucking Cody Angeloff levels right out of the gate. They're gonna be like pretty beginner based, and I think that that's something that a lot of people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community who have done their fucking tour of Afghanistan, also known as dueling book, like those are the type of people who will like look at like a new casual player and be like, ugh, look at this casual playing Dragon Main or Sword Soul. Ugh, why are you doing the combo properly? You're not playing around Drool efficiently, and just like a bunch of random garbage like that. Context and familiarity are so important when you do excessively sexual or violent jokes, and even then, you will still miss the mark and need to be prepared to apologize or hang up the genre for a little bit while you reconsider what funny is supposed to be. This is legitimately the same conversation had at a larger scale when MBT had to ask people to stop being so rude to DZ and Nim Nim. You're way too comfortable if you're in a stranger's replies talking about sucking people off at a YCS. This is like some weird 50-50 when it comes to like content creators and jokes within like their creation space. I don't think it's exactly a huge open secret that some VTubers are absolute degenerates and make fucking sex jokes all the fucking time. Like, I'm not exactly privy to making the occasional terrorism arc joke. And obviously there's like MBT with like the Suck Off series and like them just calling like Gage and like DZ bad. But again, these are jokes either made as a creator persona or jokes made at the expense of friends. Not people that they watch or streamers, like in real life, genuine friends. Like these people know each other in real life. That's why they can constantly rag on each other and know it's not personal, because it's a creator thing and not a fucking personal attack. But that does kind of lead into, although a lot of people will pick up on the joke and be like, haha, good one, MBT. That white boy sure can normal summon a Blackwing. It does also lead into like the scenario where a small subset of people will be like, oh, because he's talking about people in this way, that means I can talk about people in this way. And they're just like constantly ragging on like DZ or Nim Nim or like VTubers and so like all of them are whores because they make sex jokes 24/7 and it's really weird and like you all should feel shame and shit, like just demented shit like that. That's like the unfortunate 50-50 that interacting with a community at a larger scale can bring, is that like certain subsets of people will just have their biases confirmed or created that just do not get the joke or the context at play. People need to differentiate between jokes or actual truth. You think people online who watch Twitch actively, you think the average fucking XQC viewer who probably lives in his mom's basement, who spends all his money on fucking like retro games and like online blackjack, do you think that they are going to be able to differentiate the difference between sarcasm or jokes between friends versus the reality of, yeah, this guy genuinely hates them? To me, it's always felt like most Yu-Gi-Oh people don't give VTubers a chance. They make snap judgments because they just don't get it. I don't know what's not to get. VTubers just don't show their face. No cam streams have been a thing since the dawn of Twitch. Like, it really does kind of boil down to people making the snap judgment of like when they open up Twitch, they see the recommended, and it's like Leah, Tina, Miwa, Kira at the top of the pool. Like, people just won't watch or give anything a chance because they just see anime girl and they make the snap decision of, oh, why is there a weird anime girl in the corner? That's kind of weird. I don't know if I get that. Logs counts as a VTuber? I don't even know if he counts as a person at this point. He's more just an AI entity of top 10 lists. But I will say, let it be known that I've been collabing with VTubers since the fucking start. Literally over a year ago, where I was collabing with Doom, Pawful, Hasher, like 10 trillion other people in that one tournament. 2 months into Master Duel, and he was already collaborating with VTubers. I'm gonna say it. I've been saying this since day one, that people should have been collabing with VTubers, and only now people are doing so. Only now is MBT messaging Hasher and Leah to commentate MCSs, when I've been doing that since frame 1, baby. Anyways, if I had to say one thing, it's leave VTubers alone. Let VTubers do what they want to do. Let VTubers exist. I've got this big thread of a bunch of VTubers who I've worked with in the past. I'm going to post it in the description down below. So check out a lot of these people. And there are lots more that I just didn't list for whatever reason because I forgot or something. Or I just haven't discovered. So do your own research. Give VTubing a chance. And don't just hate on someone because they got massive fucking titties and have a yoga mat of them with their fucking pussy out for the world. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video.